or bad thing, to be honest with you. I actually think it's the worst thing for him. I think the smart thing for him would have been to play another year of college.
I think
It'd have been tough to see him in another uniform, especially with the schools that they were talking about him going to.
Yeah.
I heard Bama. I heard Miami.
I'm here to tell you, he gets.
If he'd went and played for Bama, I would have hated him.
Yeah.
Because you already know what would have happened too.
Oh, for sure.
He went out there and freaking cooked us, bro. I would have been so pissed.
Yeah. It's not a.
And then I would have turned out and made fun of every Georgia fan actor. Like, this is what y'all asked for.
Yeah.
You freaking idiot.
This is what happens when you put some receivers around him. They can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Here we go. No, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't really care either way. Like,
I think it's better for Gunnar Stockton's mental.
I do too. Like he knows that there is no option.
He knows
he's the guy now.
I mean, he's for sure going to have to fight, but he's got a leg up on everybody.
Correct.
Yeah. Especially if he makes a deep run in the playoffs.
Which they said we may be getting somebody out of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I don't know who that.
All right, let's start it. Let's not waste all these talking points. Oh,
yeah, it's been going.
Look at him.
Look at you. We'll have the legit cold opening.
Yeah.
Boys on it. Your boys on it. He said, I
thought for sure.
We're going to do all this again. No.
The amount of times we do that is insane.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of like, are you kidding me? And then the second time, I'm just like,
So how long have you been going?
pretty much from your spill.
of the whole Carson thing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, as far as the Georgia Notre Dame game goes, I don't know what to expect.
Me neither.
The problem is we have nothing to go off of as far as our offense. Like, we have a half of football, and it's not even a game plan that we're gonna see. Like, that was.
So I don't know.
And it wasn't a good half of football.
No, that was Carson's game plan.
Yeah,
So this is I don't
Gunner Stock.
I hope.
I don't know if this is actually what Nick Saban said or not, but he said that that in that Texas game that Georgia let Gunnar Stockton just go out there and play. They didn't really do no play call protecting from him or for him. Like, they didn't protect him on play calls. And I don't know if he actually said it or not, just one of those like quote things that you see. Because I felt the total opposite. Like, I thought
they were protected.
they did great by protecting him with some of the play calls.
Yeah. I thought the opposite. I thought they did a good job of saying, hey, let's get him some easy stuff, some stuff that he didn't have to, because he doesn't seem like a very, and I could be completely wrong. This could just be not much game time, because he doesn't have a whole lot of game time in college right now. I mean, you're talking about, he doesn't seem to be a run through my progression quarterback.
I agree.
I don't think he's like Carson Beck. You can watch him.
Well, that's typically a more experienced quarterback thing, anyways.
Yeah,
Like, you normally gain that with experience, regardless. So that could definitely be true. I just know that there was one time where they just kind of let him go out there and play, and he threw a very crucial interception.
that's a fact.
Holy cow.
I don't even know. My thing is,
That's probably that's the worst interception I think I've ever seen.
that's bad. There wasn't a Georgia guy on the side of the field.
It was bad.
That's worse than a Stetson Bennett interception.
Like, I don't know.
He was just trying to squeeze it in windows that he shouldn't be trying to squeeze it in. That dude just threw the ball away.
He just didn't have
And-
enough arm to throw it
Oh,
away.
He threw it away all right.
Wait some more offense.
Tell you what, their guys can catch. Even their defensive guys.
Texas had a lot of drop passes that game.
I don't feel bad.
No, I don't either.
I know.
Besides the fact I think we're going to be playing them again, I think there's a very high chance we play them again.
That's insane.
That would be nuts.
I don't know.
What's insane
Really
is-
good.
What's insane is that Texas, who lost the SEC championship game, has to play Arizona State to get to the semifinals. And Penn State, who lost the Big Ten championship game, has to play Boise State to get to the semifinals, while the SEC champion has to play Notre Dame, and the Big Ten champion has to play Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the bracket is
That's
jacked.
wild.
Like that.
Yeah.
My thing is,
I didn't realize how, I knew it was jacked up, but I didn't realize it was that jacked up until I looked at the matchups. It's like, you essentially got,
it done you better to lose the game. Yeah,
losing the game.
100%.
So, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with auto bids. I don't like the auto seed or the auto buys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the conference champion automatically in the playoffs, I'm cool with. But let's reserve the 4 buys for your 1 through 4.
I don't understand why they didn't just do that, like, to begin with. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
like
But I don't know. I mean, we talked about the
10, like, Boise was what, number 10? Something like that? They were 10, 11. Like, they were lower down, right? In what
I
world?
think 12 or something like that. Isn't one of them 12 that got a
Arizona State, I'm pretty sure, is 12.
or was it Clemson?
Clemson didn't get a bye. Clemson was out. Like, they wasn't even in the top 12.
Oh yeah. I can't remember. All I know is
In what world of sports ever do you see a number 10 seed team get ranked anything other than number 10 in the bracket? Or 1, or let's say number 2. Well, that doesn't work because that did work. That did happen. Who was it? It was 3 and 4. Whoever 3 and 4 were. Arizona State and Boise.
Boise State.
Whoever, in what world do you ever see a bracket play out where the seeding does not directly correlate to the spot in the bracket you get?
My thing is, so
Way to go.
I wonder, like, we've talked about the playoffs and all that stuff, like, not just on the podcast, but ad nauseum between us, right?
Oh, yeah.
And of all the times we talked about it, none of us ever even thought about the auto bid or the auto buy for the conference champion.
No.
And so, like, I almost wonder if somehow, some way, it got said and everybody said, yeah, auto bid, cool, and just combined the auto bid and auto buy and didn't think nothing about the actual seeding of it. Until it got closer to that point, like, what do you do at that point? It's too late.
It's possible. But we also don't do that for a living. I feel like if we did that for a living, we would have eventually said, hey, guys, this ain't going to play out.
Like, if we do it anyway, that's just the only thing that I can make sense in my head.
Oh, I get it. But they
Well,
can
people make millions of dollars to make mistakes every day. Look at just look at our government. Millions of dollars to do the wrong thing every day. So,
Facts.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
in fact, I feel like the more you pay people to do stuff the right way, the worse it gets sometimes.
That is.
Like,
I do too.
as an HVAC guy,
The more
there's almost nothing.
let me do.
Yeah, there's almost nothing that I dislike more than an engineer.
Oh, yeah. It's like I don't like to work on vehicles, but I can work on vehicles pretty decently, right?
Yeah, facts.
The
Hate it.
crackheads who design and build those things have never turned a wrench in a single one.
Yeah. Where you dang near had to pull an engine in order to get a water pump off.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, I mean, stuff that, like, there's some stuff on vehicles that I've never changed. Not one time. Let's put that where it's hard to reach. You know what I mean? Like, why are we putting, I don't know, dude. I feel your pain, though. Like, it's stupid.
And the engineers are the ones in our trade that are really in anything like that. They get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, but then the little peasants that go and fix everything, they're the ones that stuck with the mess afterwards.
Exactly. And you know what's crazy? Like, that's like every blue collar working man ever has the same outlook on that. Like, whoever designed this is a freaking idiot.
Because 90% of the time, and it's not in every case, but 90% of the time, engineers never work in the field.
Yeah.
They go from high school to college to a desk and say, oh, yeah, this is the most efficient way to fit this in the small of the box as possible.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And it'll still work. But they don't think about the fact of, okay, well, now whenever this specific thing breaks, we have to tear apart everything
Yeah.
to get it out.
Yeah.
So, back to football, though.
Oh, yeah. ADHD trying to get you.
So, Tennessee didn't show up at all. But,
Brother.
Ohio State, played a excellent game.
They did.
They did. And what's his face was not healthy.
I know. Dylan Sampson?
Yeah.
That's their number one guy.
That's their guy. Like, that's their workhorse.
I know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know that I've seen a better performance out of a quarterback than Tennessee's quarterback.
Oh, dude, he had so much heart.
Single-handedly, the only offense production they had was from him.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it wasn't him doing it, it just didn't happen.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, he dang near had to catch the balls and everything. I mean, that's
They did have some drops.
Yeah, in fact, I want Nico on our wide receiver crew because he probably has a better chance of catching the football than our guys. But that joker was impressive to watch. Like I rarely feel bad for players.
Yeah.
I genuinely felt bad for him because it was obvious. He laid it all out there and I mean,
Had no help.
making people look stupid. And as soon as the ball left his hand, he's like, oh, this play's dead.
Yeah.
As I'm not gonna lie. Their run defense, Ohio State's run defense, way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Well, that's what, I mean,
Which now they had what?
that's how you play Tennessee, though.
Yeah, that's true.
You stack the box.
It's
They
It's a
run
throw.
first, and then that's how they open up their passing game.
That's true.
So we haven't had a good playoff game yet. Every game went exactly how I thought it would, except for the Tennessee-Ohio State game.
Facts.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be a close game and that Tennessee would pull it out.
Would be a little closer.
I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought Texas.
I thought there was a chance, but I thought Texas was going to handle them.
It was probably the closest. It seemed like for the longest period of time.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I don't even think it was all that long.
No, Clemson scored first. It was 7-0, and then next
That was pretty much it.
21-7. It was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, Clemson may actually have a chance. And Texas scored in a matter of a couple minutes,
Yeah.
and then Clemson 3 and out. Texas scored again. Clemson 3 and out. Texas scored again. I was like, oh my God, this got ugly so fast.
That's what Georgia does.
I hope so.
So I'll be honest with, I'll talk about Notre Dame a little bit. Notre Dame's defense looked good.
Huh?
Their offense did not look good
Agreed.
at all. I mean, they had 130 rushing yards, 98 of them came from one run.
The first touchdown. Play. Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
their
their
first offensive touchdown.
Was it a first? Yeah, it's a play.
Yeah,
First offensive play. Indiana.
I know it was their first or second.
Yeah. Indiana threw an interception on the goal line,
Yeah.
and then friggin'
Dude busted one for 98.
90
yards
to the house.
I mean,
that place was
wanna know-
rocking ever since, buddy. That sucker was allowed. Oh, speaking of Notre Dame too, did y'all see Shane Gillis calling
Alabama
Jones?
dude. One of the best things I heard. That was the best part of the first round of playoffs of college football playoffs. Was Shane Gillis calling Nick Saban Alabama Jones?
That's crazy. That's the best thing.
It really was.
The games were cheeks.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm about to look up how many rushing yards they had because it was
Unimpressive.
it was bad. So they only had a total of 394 yards. They had 193 rushing yards. 98 of them came on one run.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not good. But I think their game plan is going to be a little different against Georgia, knowing that Georgia tends to struggle with quarterback run.
That's the thing, though. He couldn't run the football either. Like nobody could run the football
Yeah, that's true.
Besides that first run.
except for that one run. I mean, everything else after that was like, it was literally. I mean, it used to be like 3 clouds in a cloud of dust, or 3 yards in a cloud of dust, or whatever.
Yeah.
It was seriously like they're getting hit in the backfield and do good to get 2-3 yards, and every now and then they'll bust a 7-8 yard run.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're getting stopped right behind the line of scrimmage or right past the line of scrimmage.
You know what sucks also about this game? I just thought about. It's at 8:45 on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already thought about. I'm not going to Seth's house to watch that game.
Yeah,
I was wondering if y'all were.
I can't.
I can't either. Like,
I like for the national champ because Mom was take a day off. I was like, I don't want to go that early for a national championship. Whatever, I'll take vacation day that Tuesday.
I may just be
Like, you're talking about potentially having to do this 3 times.
Yeah, that's insane.
8:45 is ridiculous.
In the middle of the week, like that's.
Well, granted, it's New Year's Day, but everybody got to go back to work. Like
They need
do it
to
on
do
New
it-
Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they're gonna do late games like that, it needs to be on the 31st,
I agree.
not the 1st. Nobody has to go to work. I mean, some people do have to go to work, but majority of people don't have to go to work on the 1st. The 2nd, they gotta go back to work.
Yeah, it's insane. I didn't realize the game was going to be that late. And when I started doing the math, when it's all said and done, it would be so 8:45 kickoff. You're talking about 9 o'clock game. It's probably or 8:45 what they're saying. So you're talking about 9 o'clock is probably kickoff, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a minimum of 12 o'clock, as late as 12:30. It's going to be 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning before I get to my house if I watch it at Seth's.
Let alone get a shower, lay down, like settle down and actually fall asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking. That's pulling in my drive at 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
There's just no way. So
yeah.
I'm
a little.
I will be watching that game.
I'm a little closer, not much closer.
Yeah.
Welcome to come to the house if you want. Put it on a big screen. I'll be watching it out there. But yeah, so what is y'all's biggest concern going into the game?
What is our offense going to do?
Okay.
How's our offense going to look?
I was going to say besides how the offense looks, because that's kind of like a given.
Like nothing on offense. Like,
I mean, like,
My concerns are all offense.
Like, do what?
My concern is literally offense. I think our defense is going to do plenty good enough as long as our offense doesn't look like they've never seen a football before.
yeah.
Like I put it this way. I think if we score 24 plus points, we win the football.
Gotcha. You know what I just realized? We're 20 minutes into this thing. I never did an intro. It's too late now. We're just gonna let it ride.
All right, let's run it real quick.
It's all good. We'll just end it at
Episode 54, right? That's what we're going with.
I think it's 50 something, 52. We've officially put out a year's worth of podcasts a year and a half in.
Why'd you have to say the last part?
Because we started before football season last year. But I think all my stuff's pretty much offense based too. It's just a matter of
I honestly don't know that Notre Dame's offense is capable of cooking Georgia's defense. Like they're gonna give us a fit, but like I don't see them putting up 35.
yeah, that's true.
I do think you see what I'm saying? They're not really built that way.
Yeah, you're right.
So I really think like with Alabama it's a race to 30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this is like a race to 24.
you raced to 20.
Yeah, a race to 20. Like I think it's gonna be whose defense doesn't break the most,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's and the thing is like our offense is unknown. So this may be a 37, 38 point average offense. We have no idea.
That would be insane.
no, I have no idea what to expect.
I know what could potentially happen.
We got there and we're going to shoot.
There's a good chance we got there. Gunnar Stockton don't miss a beat, and all we've been missing is threat of a run from the quarterback, and we got there and just cook 'em.
Yeah,
But there's also a chance that Gunnar Stockton's a brand new starter, and he goes out there and just takes a dump right on the field.
yeah,
It's very possible. I mean, it's a big stage to pretty much. I mean, I guess you come in,
This is what you come to Georgia for games like this, but for this to be your first start, it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
But then again, Jake Fram's first start was on the road at Notre Dame.
yeah,
Was it?
Yeah,
yeah.
that was his first start.
Oh, I see the thing where every time we went to the national championship,
You just don't bring it up.
Yeah, bro, we're good. We good.
Yeah, we don't need to bring it up.
that's crazy, ain't it?
I've been avoiding. In fact, you know how you can report or hide posts whenever you see it?
Yeah.
Every time I see that post, I report it. I want it taken down. Your luck eventually runs out, man.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-mm-mm.
What other games are this week? Texas,
You got
Arizona State.
Texas, Arizona State.
That's a blowout.
Yeah, it's a blowout.
I think Boise, Penn State's a blowout.
Yeah, that has a better chance of being good, but I think that's a very low chance.
So the
Oregon, Ohio State.
I'm not gonna lie. Ohio State lost that game the last time because old buddy.
Well, because of a Will Howard mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sapsucker played pretty well last week.
Yeah, I got Ohio State winning.
I hope not, man.
That's who I think. I think that it's gonna who win it all on that side. I think it's gonna be us or Penn State versus Ohio State.
I'll tell you what.
Big Ten teams, that would be not good look. Not a good look for the SEC.
I do think what's awesome is they had what, four teams in? 5? How many was it? They had Penn State,
Or
four,
Oh, the Big Ten.
the Big Ten. And they were all like, yeah, we run.
Your mic.
And after my mic's been lighted up this whole time. Is it not working?
you're good. You're good.
Okay.
It did stop for a second.
Yeah.
And now after the first round, they're down to the same amount as the SEC. Just that fast.
It don't take long.
Mm.
Yeah, what? Ohio State, Oregon State, Penn State.
No, I'm just playing. I lied. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Who's the other one?
You still have 3 of them. Man.
Who was the fourth?
The only one that lost that was Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. That's right.
Yeah.
That was a wasted spot, anyways, in my opinion. But
Oh, there was definitely, yeah. So It depends on which I said is even the 14 playoff. Are you doing the most deserving? Are we doing the best? Because that's different criteria.
Yeah, for sure.
I think everybody knows that Ole Miss is beating the dog piss out of Indiana. Bama's going to absolutely whoop Indiana. There's South Carolina. I mean, yeah, there's just other schools that would beat Indiana, Boise State, Arizona State. Here's the other one, SMU. So it really just depends on what criteria we're looking at.
My thing is, there's got to be some type of balance between it, right? Because if you go with the most deserving, you would look at the record mainly, right? Which is pretty much what they did for the most part.
Well, that's what they did until the final rankings.
So, because you're looking at, because then everybody's just going to go schedule week schedules. And you're going to end up with a bunch of not good regular season games. And then, I mean, you'll have a couple, I mean, you'll end up having a couple good games just because you have conferences are up and stuff year to year, different years and all, but it's still not, but then if you do the most, the best teams, it's like, what do you judge that off of?
I think it's pretty clear this year. I mean, I think that's a this year thing. Because, I mean, I'll be honest with you, even the way that we just said it, Indiana would still be in because you'd be taking SMU, Boise State, and Arizona State out and replacing them with Bama, South Carolina, and Ole Miss. So Indiana's still in. Indiana still gets walloped. But you don't have as many blowouts at that point, I don't feel like.
Yeah. Which I
mean, I say that. I mean, you still could have a chance to have blowouts because, I mean, Tennessee got in, right, and still got blown out.
Yeah.
So you're still going to have blowouts, but I don't think it's going to happen as much.
I think, too, like, we've all played, we've played sports all growing up, right? A lot of times the lower part of when those lower teams in the bracket, no matter who they play, most of the time those aren't going to be a good game anyways.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
You're right. The problem at that point, Indiana's
out of the way in the first round, and then everything after that is generally going to be decent games. The problem is with the auto buys.
It more so depends on, though, how many teams you have in it. Whenever you're talking about 130-something teams, right? So you can't find 12 teams and then seed them properly and have good matchups all the way through. Because at that point, Indiana would have been our weakest team, and Indiana's not a bad football team. They're just not at the caliber as the top end of the bracket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you put them against a Tennessee. Is it a good game then? Yeah, I mean, potentially.
It's possible. Based off
of how Tennessee played.
Yeah, I say based off of both of their performances.
I mean, it's not, I mean, I would, if I was a betting man, I would bet that Ole Miss would, freaking run through Indiana. But we've seen Ole Miss lay eggs.
Yep.
Is that a better game? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you won't have the biggest things. You won't have the SMU. Like, I really think Boise State's about to get blown out. I think Arizona State's about to get blown out. Or you would have Alabama, South Carolina, and Ole Miss in those spots instead. Penn State goes into that game. Say they have, Ole Miss. Penn State and Penn State fans going to that game scared. You have, say, Notre Dame playing South Carolina. You think Notre Dame wants South Carolina? Not for a second. I wouldn't want to play South Carolina.
Right, I don't want to play South Carolina.
Oh. So, there's never going to be a perfect system regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Because like NFL, I mean, you can be 500 and get into the playoffs just about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because if I'm not mistaken, the Falcons are fighting for a playoff spot, and I think they're 500 or one game under 500.
I'm about to say, I think they have a losing record last time I checked.
Like, why is that a thing?
I do think that's great.
You know?
Yeah,
So there's never going to be a perfect
No,
solution. I just wish that we knew like what we were doing.
Yeah, well, yeah. Y'all watched any bowl games?
few, not many.
Not really.
I wanted to really watch the Georgia Tech and the Vanderbilt game.
I did too. I forgot that it was on yesterday, I think.
Yeah, yesterday at 3. And yeah,
That's my thing. Like, they're playing these bowl games.
Who won?
Vanderbilt.
Vandy.
Old buddy said he's got Mamba mentality.
Yeah, you did. And that they're just
Pavia?
Yeah.
they're just a few pieces away from a national championship team.
Yeah. He's like, I'm the best player on the field when I step on the field. I got Mamba mentality.
I mean, I'm being honest with it. I mean, we're being totally honest. They probably are only a few pieces away from me. I mean, they beat Bama. They had a legitimate chance of beating Texas.
They got curbs
Like
like Tennessee.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about Georgia's got a chance at national championship and got beat pretty good by Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so I mean, this year of all the years, this would have been the year. On a normal year, probably not, but
You know, if some crazy way they end up winning the national championship next year, he's gonna catch so much crap about being there, and he's got an extra year eligibility.
I don't really care. I mean, I do think that it's crazy that. So is it just in his situation, or are they just saying that you count it all?
I don't know.
Because if that's the case, the motherfucker we about to call Stetson Bennett back, because he still got another year or two of eligibility.
Shoot, so does Cam Newton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where does it end?
He's retired now, so we could call him. I bet he can still sling that thing. By the way,
I don't need him to sling it.
Yeah, that
just
just
a little bit. He said,
Yeah,
I saw a video. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, so are they saying that was just for him? Like that was a one-off situation? Are they saying like
I don't know.
all your JUCO years? Because if that's the case, if you're not getting heavily recruited, right?
Go straight to JUCO.
Yeah,
Why not go to JUCO and get developed by college level
coaches.
coaching against other college level players? Go ahead and get developed, and then because now you know what the big school they already look at JUCO.
Oh yeah.
And now they know that you're going to have 4 years of eligibility,
After that,
and you still get 2 years of college ball experience. You're 2 years older, 2 years smarter, 2 years stronger. On a college diet, college workout program, and all that stuff. Like, why would you not do that?
Yeah.
unless you're just like,
I mean, I guess you still run the chance of injury and your body getting wore out, but I mean, now you get paid in college, so it's not like the goal is you got to get to the NFL possible. You can make $1 million in college for a few years, and then go make a few $1 million in.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you still retired by 30. You only play 2 years in the NFL.
that is true. I don't know.
I'm curious to see how that works out, because there's been a I guess a precedence or whatever
Yeah,
set that, and hey, so you know more people are going to do.
Things are changing, bro. How do we keep up, bro? Like, I think the playoff format's about to change too after this year.
I think the biggest thing they change with that is just an auto bid.
yeah. I think.
But I'm just.
I mean, just auto buy, not the auto bid. I'm fine with the auto bid.
Yeah,
I think you got
Yeah, but keep the rankings.
correct. Yeah,
The top.
do the auto bid, but
Yeah.
the buys is do the seeding properly. So these are your 12 playoff teams. Here's how we seed them.
yeah. And my thing is, at that point, like, so what happens if you have for instance, Arizona State? or Clemson was the furthest out.
Was the last seed? Yeah.
But then you have Arizona State, who was also out of the top 12 and won their conference. Like, you just throw them 2 at the end and bump everybody.
Yeah, you throw them those are 2 bottom seats. Yeah. So I'm fine with auto bid because I think your conference championship needs to mean something.
Yes, I agree.
Like, it doesn't need to be an exhibition game. So I'm fine with the auto bid. I don't like the essentially halfway auto seeding.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clemson as a conference champion would have been the number 12 seed.
Yeah.
And would have played Ohio State, right?
No.
No, he was
What do you say?
he was 5. Who was 5?
Who was 5? Notre Dame.
Yeah. Notre Dame. So they would have played Notre Dame. It would have been Clemson versus Notre Dame.
No, we were 5, but then we won. Yeah, Notre Dame was 5.
No, Texas was 5.
Texas.
Oh, were they?
It was Texas, yeah. So it would have been Texas and Clemson.
Yeah, that's
As your round 1 game.
Was Notre Dame 4 then, I guess?
Notre Dame was 6.
yeah, because they
Now, how they would have done it without the auto seed, I don't know. I don't know what they were ranked. See, the rankings and the seedings get so confusing. I don't know what Notre Dame was ranked.
No.
I know what they would have said.
Texas was 3, ranked number 3. It was Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Penn State.
Yeah, see, I keep going off the seeding. Yeah, the rankings were different than the seeding. It's throwing me off.
Or was it Boise State? Penn State or Boise?
it was Penn State.
Oh, I think I could pull up the standings.
I want to say Boise was like still 10 or something like that.
I thought they were in the top 5.
That's crazy to me, by the way.
Well, I agree with you. I don't think they would be top 5 if there was if we're going off of, actual. Like, if this was a 14 playoff, they would have been.
There's no way they're top 5.
Oh, the playoff rankings.
Something.
Notre Dame was 5 in the playoff rankings. So this would have been your 12-team playoff. It would have been Arizona. No, I'm sorry. SMU would have been out. And Clemson would have been in. Boise State would still be in. So it would have been Arizona. It would have been Clemson as your 12 seed. Arizona State, Alabama, SMU. I mean, not SMU. It would have been Alabama, Boise State, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas, Georgia, Oregon.
Yeah.
And then Oregon, Georgia, Texas, and Penn State would have had a bye. You would have had Notre Dame versus Clemson, Ohio State versus Arizona State, Tennessee versus Bama, Indiana versus Boise.
I think that's a better. I think that would be a better bracket, anyways.
Yeah.
I think
Brackets would make more sense if it was like that.
Yeah, here we're just talking about it.
outcome.
And I was confused at who was what.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, even if it was the
Because
same
of seeding.
Even if it was the same outcome, all the first games were blowouts. That bracket you just said would have made more sense.
Yeah. Well, I need that all just from looking at a list.
I know. Yeah.
Like that's not a bracket. Like that's how fast you do that, bro. That's not all I do is you take SMU out
And
you take SMU out because Clemson beat them. So that knocks them out. Somebody's got to give up their spot. It can't be Arizona State because they won. It's not going to be Bama because they were neutral. It's going to be SMU. SMU's out. And that's how you seed it.
Well, ain't nothing to do but to watch it unfold now.
Yeah, it'd be what it'd be.
I think either way you end up with the same national championship matchup. I think it's just more entertaining along the way. I mean, there's a better chance that Alabama goes and wrecks everything. Obviously, you put Alabama in the playoffs, they have a legitimate chance of winning
Yeah.
the national championship.
Yes, they do. They also have the opportunity to get boxed too.
For sure.
Oklahoma boxes you 3 points, brother. It's capable. But yeah,
We'll
that's
see
it.
what happens.
We'll see. Well, watch it unfold. Starting. Well, it's already started, but
I think we end up with Georgia National Championship. I think the biggest question is who do we play? It's kind of what my thought process is at this point.
Who do you want to play?
So I would love to be the ones that beat Ohio State. The reason I don't want to play them is because the thought of losing to Ohio State, period, sucks, especially in the national championship. That would be a very tough pill for me to swallow. So, I guess if anybody's going to beat us in the national championship, I would rather it be Dan Lanning.
Now, is there a team you would prefer to lose to? Like, or is that
Oregon. That is
that team? Okay.
Yeah. I would. So you want to know, like, who would I want to play? I guess Oregon. I think it'd be a fun game. I'm gonna be upset if Georgia loses either way. I'm scared to play Texas the third time,
that's
and the thought of losing to Ohio State physically makes me. So, I'd just rather avoid that altogether.
y'all think we beat Texas 3 times in one season if we play them again?
Buddy, we better. Because you know how pissed off I'm going to be if the team that we beat twice is the team that wins the championship.
That would be crazy. They're only
I'd be
losses
so upset.
to the same team.
Yes. That'd be
That'd be tough.
a tough pill to swallow. And I'm not of the-
Ordering time. Golly.
And the bad thing is we've already talked about how bad Georgia fans are. They're going to claim that national title, and I cannot stand that.
Me neither.
No, take your SEC title and
We're not claiming nothing over here.
No.
You win it or you don't.
yeah, nah.
But that would be a tough one. That would be a tough pill to swallow. Like when UCF claimed
The national title.
the national title because
17 title.
they beat Auburn, who beat
Yeah.
Georgia and Bama that year.
Yeah.
And so they said they were the national champions because Georgia and Bama played in the national championship. So they made rings and all that stuff, and they claimed that.
That's even crazier to me. Like,
They got banned. Yeah, well, I know. It's like this, the whole school bought in.
that's insane to me.
Yes. We're not doing that here. Either you win the national championship or you don't. Like,
Yeah.
well, we would have a more legit argument than even they did. If if it does end up coming down to that, and Texas for whatever reason won, we have an argument.
We have beat them more times than they beat us in this
Yes.
season. But yet we're not the national championship. Or not.
Well, you'll never hear me say that
Me neither.
that's Georgia's national championship. Like, you should just beat them one more time.
Yeah.
Win the game.
Win the game. I've been saying it all year.
Yeah.
Just win the football games.
So win the game.
Quit losing games. Then it don't matter.
Yeah. Did you go hunting any of this stuff?
I didn't go duck hunting.
You didn't go duck hunting last Sunday?
No.
What happened?
The first alarm went off. And I like halfway woke up.
Yep, it was over right then.
Yeah, but I didn't hear the next two. Like I woke up enough to like turn it off. Like I was like, okay. It didn't. I mean, I was right back out.
Yep,
Didn't hear the next two.
I heard that. Me and Shay went and played golf the other week. Or that same day, actually.
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad. It's
Played way better than we expected.
It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. We both took 4 months off and almost broke our scramble record.
Yeah, which is crazy. Speaking of, I have more golf balls than I know what to do with.
Yeah, because we gonna need them in a few days.
Yeah.
I may take Colton out there with us. He got a new golf glove for Christmas.
I mean, it don't matter to me out here.
So we'll see. I may get him out there.
That'll work. I went duck hunting today, actually, this morning. It's weird. I mean, I'm looking out the window and it's daytime and we're recording a podcast.
Yeah. This whole thing, like, I'm getting tired, and I think it's because my body, like, hey, whenever you get done with the podcast, you go to bed.
Yeah, it's time to go to sleep. Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're recording this at 4 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah.
That's
not normal.
I like how we said we're going to start posting it on Sunday night for Monday morning. That way it gives us more time throughout the week, and we literally still have waited till the last day possible to do it.
My biggest thing was that way I have time. Like, I can include the weekend.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I wrote out my calendar for the month of January, and I will go ahead and tell you, if we're not doing this on a weekend, the chance of me being on the podcast is slim to none for the next month.
Yeah. Well, I got basketball to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I went duck hunting this morning. First time all year. Yeah.
Cool.
Got some. Went in pretty much blind. It worked out. Public land. Got a little 4-piece.
I'll be right back.
All right. Got a little 4-piece and then got up out of there. It was a late flight, boy. It was pouring rain right at shooting light. I mean, pour rain. I'm glad that I bought that rain jacket, that one rain jacket a year or so.
I bet.
Drew was looking at, he's like, "You got another one of them jackets in your bag?" I said, "No." "You out of luck?" He said, "It's wet out here." I said, "Yeah." We got out of the truck and he said, at the sign-in booth, I said, "Man, it wasn't supposed to be raining today. It wasn't like a 30% chance this morning until like 9. Like 9 was when that was going to be. Is what I checked last night." He said, "Well, good thing is somebody told me once, ducks like water." Man, well.
Yeah, that's true.
The,
And I'm not gonna lie, the cloudier it is and the nastier the weather is, the later they typically.
yeah, I mean, it was, shooting light was 6:58. I don't think we shot the first bird till 7:10.
That's not too bad.
7:15 maybe. We were back at the truck by 8:06.
Yeah. That is one thing I don't miss about duck hunting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I miss it. One thing I don't miss is the early morning and all that stuff. For about 30 minutes of hunting.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't miss.
The price for reward is very swayed one way.
For sure.
Much more costly for
You don't go duck hunting to replace groceries.
No.
Hey,
No.
no, especially not around here. But
Maybe somewhere else, some other parts of the country, but not.
yeah, you ain't doing it here.
If you're trying to put meat in the freezer, you better go sit in a deer stand.
Yeah, that's definitely a sport thing. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy going. And getting a little snacky snack out the deal.
Yeah.
Like I might go one duck hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's facts.
I just set all my stuff out. Everything's soaking wet. It was pouring rain. I was telling him just saying it was pouring rain this morning. I mean, right at shooting light, I think it was raining the hardest right at shooting light.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we didn't hear no
When the
shots
ducks start flying.
for probably, we started hearing shots about 5 minutes before we actually started seeing ducks.
Okay.
which we were in the woods. We were in a barn.
That's pretty typical.
Yeah.
You got people shooting on the river.
Yeah. The river there, that lake, there's a lake that's further down right there. That was being whatchamacallit, hunted. So but they started I was telling Shane we probably shot our first bird at 7:10, 7:15, shooting like with 6:58. So normally it's 6:58, 6:56. Really, you could shoot them if it was legal. Most of the time they're before shooting light. But that overcast and it raining, boy, them jerkers didn't want to. I told him, he said, I don't think there's no birds anywhere around here. I said, they just didn't. They didn't set their alarm. They on the way to. They didn't wake up yet. I mean, there wasn't nothing at all making no sound anywhere in them woods. I said, yeah. Anyway, if it was, you couldn't hear it over the rain. It was pouring at one point. I don't have to.
That's like Forrest Gump rain.
That's what he said at one point. He's like, I feel like I'm in a Forrest Gump movie. I was like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I got my gun hanging up right here so that the strap and all will dry out. But it was, I mean, everything's hanging up on the porch. I mean, it's all soaking wet. Shells, all of it, everything. Drenched. But
Yeah.
I got some meat, so that's all that matters. Had a good time.
That's right.
Don't get old. We was talking about this morning. If pulling the trigger on any type of animal, if I ever stop getting that feeling, that's the day I'll never go back.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's time to hang it up.
Yeah, it's time to hang it up. If you quit getting that rush when pulling the trigger on anything, I mean, I get that way shooting a squirrel. Like, obviously not as much, but it's still like, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
But
yeah,
when it gets to the point where
No, I mean, not even just pulling the trigger on anything. Like, if it gets to where you're dreading the work that goes into it, it's time to hang it up. Like,
yeah,
you're dreading the loading the buggy up, going and riding the ring, all that stuff. Like, I enjoy that just as much as everything else.
oh yeah,
Setting up camp for our Thanksgiving hunt, breaking it down, like the whole process, I enjoy.
yeah, for sure.
I don't enjoy the not showering part.
That part does suck. I'm not gonna lie.
And the taking a crap in the woods. Don't care for that too much.
I'm telling you, next year I'm pooping in that camper.
And dude, I did it a lot this time, bro.
This man was out there. This man was out there. I don't even know. He was out there for 4 hours, and he's like, "I gotta go." I was like, "Dang, brother, that's not good." We try to make
It's
it
early.
That's
An early start. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bathroom situation for me this year was not ideal.
I bet you got good at taking a dump in the woods there.
Yeah.
Colton got to where I feel like Colton thought it was fun at one point.
Oh my
Like, bro, what is going on?
I don't know, man. I think there was something wrong with his stomach.
Oh, really?
Poop ain't supposed to look like avocados.
That bright of the green is crazy.
Yes.
It's not ideal.
No, that was,
Like green sometimes just happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
From what? Don't tell me. That looked like straight up like guacamole, like guacamole or avocado. Like, it was like,
That's
it was greener than the shirt that all of us are wearing. That's crazy. We're all wearing. Anyways, but like, it was, I don't know. I have never seen poop that looks like that. To the point that I said, "Son, does that happen a lot?" He said, "Yeah, sometimes, like, we may need to go get this checked out.
yeah.
That's not normal."
Think about this.
He said, yeah.
Yes.
This ain't normal, Dad?
So,
Dang, that's crazy. They're kneeling the ball in an elite game. That's crazy. Y'all are there for highlights and stats. That's insane.
well, let's call this thing.
Yeah, we'll get up out of here. Well, I know we didn't do an intro, but hopefully y'all have enjoyed this episode of the Southern Roots podcast. Before we get out of here, Seth, let's plug social media real quick.
Yes, sir. We have a Facebook page, a YouTube channel, a TikTok, and an Instagram. Y'all go like, follow, subscribe, give us a couple comments, and give us some shares. Y'all give us some interaction. It'll be greatly appreciated. Everything is at The Southern Roots.
Oh my gosh, my mom's calling me right in the middle of the outro. That's crazy. But anyways,
Nobody's used to us doing this at this time.
I know.
No, my wife called me right when we started.
I've done gotten a couple phone calls.
Hopefully y'all have enjoyed this episode of the Southern Roots podcast. I'm Andy.
I'm Seth.
And I'm saying, remember, always keep those Southern roots.